What would happen if you took a 7-day vacation starting right now? No prep, no warning. Would the work continue? Would decisions get made? Or would the whole thing burn down by Tuesday? Today, we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna give you the exact roadmap to shift from founder chaos to CEO clarity. I've helped over 400 founders build companies that don't need them in every decision. And in this video, I'll show you the mindset, habits, and systems that make that shift possible. The first steps towards building a system that works without you doesn't start on a spreadsheet. It starts here. You need to shift the way you think about yourself. Let me ask you, when you think about your role in the business, do you think about yourself as a founder or as a CEO? Let's test it. Which one of these sounds like you right now? Being a founder is about hustle. You're the visionary, operator, closer, and firefighter. You wear every hat. Being a CEO is about clarity and leverage. You spend your time building people and systems so you don't have to be the center of everything. If you look more like a founder and you're still running your business like it's year one, that identity gap is the bottleneck to your growth. All right, Mr. or Mrs. CEO, your identity may come first, but your mindset is what unlocks the shift. Here are the 3 key mindset changes to go from founder to CEO. Here's the first one. You go from doer to coach. You don't solve every problem. You develop people to solve problems. So take a look at this. Let's say this is a pyramid. Here you have tasks, problems, people. Most founders are stuck here and here, but where a good CEO needs to be is up here, focusing on the people, because your people are the ones that are going to solve the problems. If you're the one solving the problems, you haven't brought in the right people, you haven't coached them up and transferred the knowledge of what they need to have so that they could be solving the problems. And I know that this is tough because what got you to this point is these 2 steps. And you're probably wondering, how can I let these go? But it's completely necessary for you to get up here and really become the CEO of your business. As a founder, you built your business by doing. You wore every hat, and that's what got you here. But CEOs scale through others. You don't solve every problem. You develop people who can. If a team member brings you an issue, don't jump in to fix it. Ask them, what have you tried? What do you think we should do? How can I support you in owning this? Every time you do this, you're teaching ownership and stepping out of the weeds. If you're wondering what parts of your leadership are stuck in founder mode and which parts are starting to shift into true CEO mode, I built something for you. The Founder to CEO in 30 Days Playbook. It's a free roadmap that shows you the mindset, habit, and system shifts that you need to make to step fully into the CEO role in just 1 month. The first 10 people who download it also get a free 60-minute system audit call with me. We'll map out your biggest choke points in your next 90-day leap. Download below, and if you're fast, grab a call spot too. The second mindset shift is urgent to important. Step out of the fire drills and focus on what's going to build the business long term. I want you to take a look at this matrix called the Eisenhower matrix. It's going to really help you understand where you're spending your time. On this axis here, we have important and not important. Up here, we have urgent and not urgent. Most founders are spending their day-to-day in this urgent category. Founder. Okay, even not important, right? You're getting thrown tasks at you that aren't really important for what you do. Some tasks you feel like are super important for what you do. But the best CEOs, the people that are really moving their company forward, making big moves, they're spending their time here. Not urgent and important, because they're focused on what they need to do to move this company forward in 1, 2, 3 years from now. If you're spending your days focusing on urgency, you are not able to think long term. Founders live in fire drills, sales calls, client issues, op issues. But the best CEOs, they're spending time thinking about the business long-term, vision, strategy, culture, leadership development. So say no to that 5th back-to-back meeting today and say yes to an hour of planning for your next hire. That's how you get out of reactive mode and really move the needle. The third mindset shift to go from founder to CEO is to go from control to trust. Trust your team. Trust your system, even when it feels slower. Think of it like a relay race. The handoff is the most critical and most fumbled part. Most founders never fully let go of the baton. At first, control kept things tight, felt safe. But now, it's the bottleneck. Your team can't step up if you're in the middle of everything. Trust your team to run with it and coach them on the review after, not micromanage during. Okay, now you have a winning mindset, but a mindset without habits is just a motivational poster. You need patterns to reinforce this every single day. Without it, you'll be back in the tornado within a week. Here are the 4 habits for high-functioning CEOs. The first habit is calendar discipline. Your calendar is your operating system. You need to block out time for all of these things every week. Strategy time. Block this out every Friday morning from 9 to 11. Go somewhere and go think about the business strategically. Make time for one-on-ones to coach your people so that they really own their role and start making decisions without you. Thinking time. Now, this is different than strategy time. Strategy is about putting a strategy in place, but thinking could be about the vision, what needs to happen, and then you go into strategy mode. But you need some time just to think. And last, some team huddles. Put that on your calendar, getting everybody together, thinking about the culture. This is how a great CEO sets up their calendar. They make time for all of these things non-negotiable. Habit number 2, weekly thinking time. Schedule this in your calendar. No team messages, no Slack, no emails, nothing. Just ask yourself these questions. Where is the team waiting on me? What problems am I solving that someone else should be? What decisions am I dragging my feet on? I have a client. Their business is just about to pass 8 figures. He loved having his hands in everything, working 14-hour days and never present with his family because his phone kept going off checking emails and Slack messages. He had a stud HR person, but he couldn't let go of final hiring decisions. After we did this weekly thinking time exercise, he realized that not only was he stunting his HR person's confidence and their ability to make decisions, but he was slowing down the entire hiring process by over a week. Habit number 3, develop leaders. One-on-ones aren't for status updates. That's what your dashboard is for. Your job is to coach, grow capacity, expand confidence. Ask questions like, what challenges are you facing? What decisions are you sitting on? What support would help you grow here? Instead of, did you send the invoice? Ask, how can we automate this process so I'm not in the loop anymore? Habit number 4, measure, don't guess. You need data and KPIs, not vibes and gut feelings to run your business. If your only data source is gut instinct or secondhand updates, you're flying blind. You need a weekly scorecard, a rock or a goal tracker, KPIs, key performance indicators with owners, and clear accountability rhythms. Stop asking, how are sales going? Start looking at how many appointments are booked per week. What's our close rate? That builds clarity, not chaos. So far, we've adjusted our mindset from founder to CEO and changed our mindset with powerful habits. But here's the truth. You can't out-mindset and out-habit a broken system. You need systems that support your new CEO identity. Get this in place and you could take as many vacations as you want without your business skipping a step. Here are 3 critical ones. First, a business operating system, a structured way to align your team, run your meetings, and track goals. A business operating system is your operating manual. It gives your team rhythm, direction, and structure. At a minimum, it should give you clarity on your vision and goals, a meeting cadence that aligns everyone, and accountability structure so leaders own outcomes. When implemented right, a business operating system turns your company into a machine, not a collection of gut decisions and Slack messages. Let me tell you about a founder that I was working with that was working about 65 hours a week. I mean, just every day this guy was working 10, 11, 12 hours, getting work time in on Saturdays, trying to wake up early on Sundays. We implemented a business operating system in his company. We put all of this into place and many more. Clear organizational chart, clear roles and responsibility. And after we did that, he was able to step out of this 65-hour-a-week cadence. He was able to stop putting out all these fires. He had structured meetings, he was holding people accountable, and he had meetings to develop his people. Within 6 months, this guy was working under 50 hours a week. For him, he felt like he was already on a vacation. And that's the kind of stuff that business operating system does. It tightens up your organization. It gets the right people in the right seat. It gets you clarity on your data, gets you clarity on your people that you're developing so that you could be moving the company forward, not by yourself. Habit number 2, a scorecard. 5 to 15 metrics to get you to stay out of the weeds and ahead of the curve. Let me show you an example. You have a metric, you have a target, and you have an owner. Okay, so for sales calls, 30 per week, and Sam owns that. Sam that you're gonna hold them accountable to. Customer NPS, 8+. This is for Jordan. On-time delivery, 95%. This is for Casey. This is just an example of a scorecard. You need it for your sales team, your marketing team, your operations team, your HR team. Couple numbers for each department to know that you could look at them and know if things are happening in your business and going the right way, or if you have a problem. This is better than you jumping in and doing fire drills every day. Think of it as your company's dashboard. You wouldn't drive your car blindfolded. So why are you running your business without real-time data? A weekly scorecard gives you 5 to 15 leading indicators, not just outcomes, but the inputs that create real results. Each metric has a clear owner, a defined success threshold, and a weekly check-in. For example, if lead response time is creeping up, you know that before conversion rate takes. Now you can lead proactively and not reactively. System number 3, a leadership team, a group that owns the business with you, not just direct reports, but leaders who challenge, think, and lead. A CEO doesn't just need a team, they need leaders. Ask yourself, can your team make decisions without you? Do they challenge your thinking or just wait for orders? Do they own the results or just update you on tasks? I too was once stuck in founder mode. When I opened my gym, I was working 12-hour days, 14-hour days, taking naps on the gym floor, mopping things at night, doing the sales, doing the marketing, doing every single part of the business. And I realized about after a year and a half in, we started growing, that I needed help. But I just didn't want to hire just some doers. I wanted people that wanted to run with me, really to grow this thing with me. And so I took a chance. I hired this woman who was a professional. I had to take a pay cut myself just to keep profit margins high to afford her. And that's really important when you're thinking about your leadership team. You want really smart people, and smart people are an investment. So I brought her on. And for the first 3 months, a couple things changed, but not much. We were doing our one-on-ones. She was learning the business and learning how things to take off and learning where she was going to really fit inside of my company. And then after 3 months, we realized that she was this amazing marketer. She had a feel for social media and she wanted to take that on. And so I left the reins to her and let her run with marketing. Within a year and a half, we doubled in our square footage. We went from 2,500 square feet to 5,500 square feet. As soon as I saw this growth, I was motivated to bring in more people like this so we could keep going. I felt like we were stoking a fire. I brought 2 more people onto my leadership team. And within the next 5 years, we opened another gym, a nutrition coaching company, an online programming company, and it even gave me the space to start a business coaching program in 2016. And this is what happens when you develop people, when you have a leadership team. They're moving things forward when you're not. And that's the key to growing, because you are the bottleneck if you have to be a part of everything. You can't out-hustle a broken system. Most founders aren't failing because of effort. They're failing because they haven't installed the systems for their business to grow without them. That's why I built a Founder to CEO in 30 Days playbook. It breaks down the exact tools, habits, and systems to create clarity, remove bottlenecks, and help your team run at full speed. The first 10 downloads also unlock a free system audit session with me for 1 hour to go over your business, your operations, and get you on a path to CEO freedom. Download it now before the 10 slots are gone. You don't wake up as a CEO, you grow into it. One mindset shift, one habit change, one system at a time. And when you do, you stop being the bottleneck. You stop being a firefighter, and you finally become the leader that your business and your people deserve. And if you're ready to start developing leaders like a pro, watch this video next.